Alright, Shalom Shalom. First and foremost, I want to say Kalayim Layo Bashim Yashai Bashim Harakakodash. The one is to the others and apostles of Great Millstone GMS who do will and teach well. Today we're going to be getting into this article. This is semaphore.com. Kind of a private little news site. First time I'm ever hearing about this this site, but it's by Reed Albergati, updated March 27th, 12:46 p.m. Right. So the brain-computer interface race is on with AI speeding up developments, right? So the BCI is the motb, okay? When you go into Revelation 13 and 16, it says about mark in the right hand or in their forehead, and the word for forehead is metapon, which pretty much means behind or beyond the head or beyond the face, which is your skull, your brain, you know. And the injection of these devices are different depending on company to company. But we're just going to read a little bit of the article. We're not going to read the whole thing. You know, there's no need. It's no need. If I read the whole thing, this video will be 30 minutes, and I'm trying to get this video to be under 10. Just so we just get in, bring out a scripture or two, and then get out. You know. The brain-computer interface wars have begun. For years, startups and academic researchers have been experimenting with humans and animals, placing sensors on or near the brain to deepen our understanding of the body's most mysterious and complicated organ. Right, but we know Esau wants to play God. Last week, the world got a peek at how far the research has come when Elon Musk took the X to show off what his other company, Neuralink, had achieved. Nolan Arbel, who was paralyzed from the Nick diving incident, was seen playing online chess using his brain to control the pieces. I believe this guy also made the first post on X by just thinking. I think this is the same guy, right? Neuralink is part of a wave of brain-computer interface startups like Synchron, Precision Neuroscience, and BlackRock Neurotech. We always knew about BlackRock, but these are other startups that are also involved with it. I talked about how was it Berkeley was involved in tests, and they were paid by DARPA to test out the BCI, you know, for the motb. It's nothing new, been around for a very long time, right? And this was focusing on the BCI, but we know that they'll also have things where you could put it into your hands, right? Sweden already has that. There's another one, was the Baja Club in Spain. You know, you need to have the chip inside your hand to like go into the club and whatever. So this is nothing new, right? So new AM methods such as large language models can help predict what patients were trying to do or say, which can help the functionality of these devices advance even faster, right? Wise and Daniel. Alright, so this guy Arbol, he basically then on Monday posted a video of himself playing Mario Kart using his brain to navigate it, right? Because I talked about Civilization 6 already. I think it's one of those civilization history games, right? The video showed a level of control that has not been seen in a permanent brain implant considered by the FDA. Neuralink's successful implant part of the very early stages of FDA approval marks a big step in a burgeoning field of brain-computer interfaces, or BCIs. It makes Neuralink the most advanced version, the most ambitious type of implant in which the sensors actually contact the brain. Right? So basically, this part talks about these different companies, right? So Synchron, the benefit of the stent is that it can be inserted with minimally invasive procedure. The downside is that because the stent is not inserted directly into the brain, it's receives as many brain signals, giving patients less control of the computers. Right, so the other guys are testing, they're doing trials. Right, so Revelation 12 and 12, right? Because his time is short. You know if he has but a short time, and all this stuff is coming out. We're currently going through, Pesach, which is going to end tomorrow night. I believe it will end tomorrow night. And then that will be the final day of, that'll pretty much be it for Pesach. Because we go by sundowns. We go by sundowns. Right, so Precision Neuroscience, right? They make a tiny slit in the skull and then slide a thin set of electrodes in, right? BlackRock, they pretty much place it directly on the brain, right? Neuralink also basically presses it onto the brain with the robot, you know, they need to do like surgery and shit. And then, you can kind of go into the rest if you want a little bit more, but it's the book of Isaiah, chapter 47 and 9. But these two things shall come to thee in a moment in one day, right? We know about that, Revelation 18. Was it, probably go into that real quick. One day, because America will be destroyed in 1 hour, yeah, Revelation 18. Lost children and widowhood, they should come upon thee in perfection, in their perfection, not in thy perfection, in their perfection, right? Because the missiles are not going to miss, right? For most of their sorceries and for the great abundance of their enchantments, right? Because that's what's heavily pushed here in America. Witchcraft, sorceries, all these satanic clubs and shit that's always around. Satanism is a big thing here, and then you got the people doing Satanism without even knowing it. These people in these Catholic churches, and they're praying to angels, and the angels aren't even, in their right depictions. You got people praying to people, praying to saints, and images of a lot of these saints are not even how they really look like, which were jakes. Not saying every single saint is a jake, because, they put Edomites in there too as well, because you have saints, people can be made saints, and then you pray to the saint. I went to Catholic school, so I know this very well. I spent a good deal in Catholic school, went to a Catholic high school, spent, my early days of schooling in Catholic school as well, Christian and Catholic. And, it's all the same stuff. They basically say that you're supposed to pray to a certain saint if you're, like, sick. I believe if you're sick of certain things, you pray to them. I remember one time I had to do a project on one. I think this guy was, like, a complete vegan. He didn't eat any meat or something, and you're supposed to pray to him over something. I think when you get a certain sickness, like a toothache or something, you pray to this saint. And I'm sitting there thinking, well, this is so interesting. And I come to find out, and this is a bunch of baloney. Why the hell are you vegan anyway? I mean, there's nothing wrong with being vegan, but I mean, like, you have to do Passover, so you're not gonna be vegan forever, It's like that kind of deal, right? For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and knowledge has perverted thee. And thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me, right? Because that's what Esau does. He trusts in the wickedness, right? And it says, none seeth me, right? Esau just thinks he's just gonna get away with this, go in the bunkers and disappear, right? That wisdom and knowledge has perverted thee. Thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me, right? So Esau says, he says that he's the Most High, that he is God. He is the God of this world. I was reading this recently because been getting into the book of John. I'm gonna have to reread this book. Heavy. A lot of heavy things in here, so I'm gonna have to reread it, highlight different things, and keep it. Hold on to it. Make sure to bring it out at camp. So much. Very powerful. All the scriptures are powerful, but you know what I mean. I just never read it before, so I'm just like, whoa. John 12 and yeah, this book of John 12 and 31 just goes to the point. Now is the judgment of this world. now shall the prince of this world be cast out. Right, and we know that the word for prince is commander, which is archon. Right, like an archangel, powerful, more powerful man. Right, chief, powerful angel. Right, but we know that the most powerful angel is Yahushua. The chief head of all the angels. Right, Yahushua. Right, and that's why with these television shows and these animes and whatever. Let's hurry up. This is the last thing I'm gonna say. With these television shows and stuff, that's why they call it an arch enemy. Because he's like a more powerful version. He's like the ultimate enemy. Right? Let's see if we can get like one more. All right, this is the last thing I'm gonna get, and we're just gonna get through this real quick. Proverbs 4:16. For they sleep not, so they've done mischief, and their sleep is taken away, unless they cause some to fall. Right, and this is what Esau does. Right, Esau doesn't sleep, except they cause some. So they've done mischief, and that's what these elites do. Right, they're always doing mischief. Right, now they're gonna cause the people to fall by pushing out this motb. Right, which they're gonna, make this be the using that whole carrot and the stick approach. The carrot will be the food. You want to get the food, you want to be happy, you want to be safe. Right, this will be what they promise after, during Jacob's trouble. Not really after, during Jacob's trouble, they'll say, hey, you want to have Facebook and YouTube and internet and all this cool shit, and you can you can play these shitty games, and now your brain can be in the game. Do you want to just be distracted your whole life and not live, just be stuck to a goddamn screen? And the people are gonna fall for it. They're gonna fall for it, and that's why all this tech and all this shit, all the video games out here, this is coming from someone who knows their way around it. Like, I'm not like an official like game programmer or whatever, but I'm familiar with it and stuff like that. I dabbled in it and whatever. But these games, they're created in a certain way, because I have like kind of like a little bit of an insider's perspective, but they're developed in a way to make people keep playing. Right? They're made with a specific objective to suck out as much time away from the people as possible. Right? And it's not even sucking away their time with like giving them a great story or like this great, amazing narrative, right? But it sucks them in with like, boobies, like sexualism and stuff like that, and they have different pictures and photos and flashing colors and lights and shit, and then they just get the people to keep playing. They may have a gambling mechanic, right, where if you pay this amount of money, you can gamble and you can get this thing and that thing. These games are all made, right, because for all this shit to be in these games, they gotta be programmed like that. Even with like Call of Duty and stuff, and they give you a new gun like every 5 seconds apparently, right? They all do that shit on purpose, right, to keep you locked in. And when Jacob's trouble comes, you people are gonna miss your damn games, and you're gonna take that chip just so you can go back to playing Call of Duty with your friends. And now you're gonna be inside the game with your brain inside the game, like that Sword Art Online shit. Even though Sword Art Online there's nothing going into your brain. It's just a VR. Now, VR isn't the mark of the beast. You can rock out with VR right now if you want to. I'm just not, because shit hurts my eyes. So I think I've tried it once and it just hurt my eyes, and I was like, this is bullshit. I don't want to do this. But when you're fight, shalom.